The phrase, "if you're not first, you're last," doesn't always apply to NFL players and their draft positions. Just because you're not drafted first, it doesn't mean you're last. And just because you're undrafted, it doesn't mean you're not going to be an NFL star. Many of the top NFL players throughout history didn't hear their names called on draft day. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into 10 undrafted players that became NFL stars. And a big shout out to Michael Lavaroni for suggesting this list. We do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Priest Holmes. Holmes shined at Texas but was passed on by every team. The Baltimore Ravens signed him following the 1997 draft and got rewarded big time. Holmes powered the Ravens' ground game in 1998, rushing for 1,008 yards. Eventually, he lost his starting job to Jamal Lewis, but Holmes did win Super Bowl 35 as the Ravens' second running back. Holmes then joined the Kansas City Chiefs and led the league in rushing touchdowns during the 2002 and 2003 campaigns. This undrafted star finished with 8,172 rushing yards and 86 touchdowns. Number 9, Chris Harris Jr. The 5'10", 199-pound cornerback was a superstar at Kansas. Yet Chris Harris Jr. didn't find work until the Denver Broncos signed him as a free agent in 2011. Harris has made his case for being the top cornerback of this decade. He was instrumental in helping the Denver Broncos win Super Bowl 50, and Harris also went 2 years without giving up a touchdown from 2013 to 15. Harris was named to his third Pro Bowl in 2016. At this rate, the Hall of Fame will be a lock for the undrafted sensation. Number 8, James Harrison. It ain't Jack Lambert or Mean Joe Green. Why, it's undrafted star James Harrison, who ranks first all-time in sacks for the iconic Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. It's pretty rare for a two-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, and former Defensive Player of the Year to go undrafted, but Harrison did. And let us not forget that epic 100-yard pick six off of Kurt Warner in Super Bowl 43. That was Harrison's iconic moment, a symbol of hope for those who go undrafted. Keep working away and your goals will be met. Number 7, Antonio Gates. There has been very little for the Chargers franchise to celebrate, especially in the 21st century. The signing of undrafted free agent Antonio Gates has been one of the few bright spots, however. Side note, he didn't even play college football, but the Chargers were intrigued enough to sign him. By wide margins, the star tight end holds the franchise record for receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Gates and Phillip Rivers have formed one of the most dynamic quarterback tight end combos of all time. Did we mention he didn't even play college football? What a story. What a legend. Number 6, Tony Romo. Hate on Romo all you want, but you can't deny the man has quite the NFL tale to tell. The Cowboys signed Romo in 2003, where he'd spend 3 years as a backup before landing the starting job in the midst of the 2006 season. Romo brought the Cowboys back to relevancy. The 4-time Pro Bowler took them to the playoffs in 2006, 7, 9, and 14. He's the Cowboys' all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns. Considering how historic the Cowboys are, that's pretty good for an undrafted player to hold those records. Number 5, Emlen Tunnell. The New York Giants didn't know it at the time, but they changed history when they signed the defensive back out of Toledo, Texas. Emlen Tunnell became one of the NFL's best defensive players of the 50s. He was named to 9 Pro Bowls and led the G-Men to 1956 and 1961 NFL championships. He also racked up 79 interceptions during his illustrious career, which ranked second all-time. Number 4, Willie Brown. Brown played at Grambling State University, but he didn't hear his name called at the draft. He was then signed by the Houston Oilers, but he didn't earn a job with them. Finally, the Denver Broncos discovered Brown's talents and added him to their roster in 1963. Brown's career really took off when he joined the Oakland Raiders in 1967, though. Brown led the Raiders franchise to the 1967 AFL Championship, plus 3 Super Bowl victories. He was named to 4 Pro Bowls while racking up 54 interceptions in his epic career. Number 3, Dick Night Train Lane. He's easily one of the top 5 corners in NFL history. Lane's path to the NFL was a unique one. He passed by the LA Rams offices while on the bus. Lane requested a tryout, got it, made the team, and put together the following resume: 7 Pro Bowls, 68 career interceptions, 7 first-time All-Pro selections, and a spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Is it just me, or is that pretty good for a guy who went undrafted? Number 2, Kurt Warner. Warner tried out for the Green Bay Packers in 1994, but to no avail. He then worked in a grocery store before taking a job with the Arena Football League. Warner landed with the Rams in 1997, but didn't become their starter until 2 years later. 1999 turned out to be the year of Kurt Warner. He won the NFL MVP by tossing 41 touchdowns while leading the Rams to their first ever Super Bowl championship. Warner took home the Big Games MVP award too. Warner also won the 2001 MVP, and his Rams fell just short of his second Super Bowl. He finished with 208 touchdowns and 32,344 career passing yards. Remember when teams refused to draft him? Silly NFL scouts. And number 1, Warren Moon. Arguably the best CFL player of all time, one of the better NFL quarterbacks ever. And yet, Warren Moon was undrafted. In Canadian football, Moon won 5 Grey Cup championships and the 1983 Most Outstanding Player Award. Ask any football fan in Canada, they'll tell you a lot about Warren Moon. And hey, this guy was an NFL legend too. Moon led the NFL in passing during the 1990 and 91 campaigns. He was the 1990 NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and he was named to 9 Pro Bowls. He tossed 291 touchdowns and 49,325 passing yards. That's why Warren Moon is the best undrafted NFL player in history, hands down. What other undrafted NFLers became superstars? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.